Hi everyone, my name's Vasi and I'm a marketing expert here at GemSeek. And today I'm sitting with my colleague Ivan, who's going to share some more information about what GemSeek does.
Thank you, Vasi. My name is Ivan and I'm a product and data consultant here at GemSeek. GemSeek is a leading provider of integrated experience intelligence. We pretty much help customers design, implement, assess, and optimize the experiences across brand, customer, and products. And all of this is backed by AI-driven technology and insights. We work with companies around the world. We primarily focus on telecom providers, medtech, equipment manufacturers, retailers, and financial institutions.
That's great. Thank you for the introduction. And what would you say are some of the most common challenges that companies are facing in the field of customer experience?
I think that's a great question. We see 4 common challenges across the board. The first one is that CX programs are reactive. The surveys are being sent out. However, when the survey hits the customer, that pain point was long gone. The second one is that there's a limited visibility. So all these surveys have low response rate, which does not give an idea of how your whole customer base feels. And the third one is that customer feedback is usually ambiguous and it does not allow CX leaders to address any root causes. And then the fourth and last one is that current CX measurement systems do not enable the calculation of ROI and the impact on business metrics.
That's great, thank you. And how would you say GemSeek can support customers in overcoming these challenges?
GemSeek's 3 flagship products are Predictive NPS root cause analysis and CX financial linkage. Predictive NPS addresses the issue with low response rates and silent customers. Silent customers are customers who never respond to any surveys. Predictive NPS gives companies the ability to gain an insight of how their whole customer base feels. Root cause analysis digs deep into the CX drivers. Root cause analysis identifies these drivers to give businesses an idea of where they need to focus. And the last one is a CX financial linkage identifies and quantifies the relationship between, for example, customer spending and customer satisfaction. Pretty much it helps CX leaders conduct a business case on their ROI initiatives.
That's great, thank you. And would you like to share with us some of the projects that you've recently worked on and that you've successfully completed?
Sure. The first project that I'm going to talk about revolves around understanding and predicting customer behavior. We work with Roche, which is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. We work with their diagnostics department, which is responsible for testing, for virus testing, like COVID, for example, in vitro processes. They send out surveys to different lab technicians regarding their products and services and maintenance and installation. However, these surveys usually get between 8 to 12% of responses, so they have a very low response rate.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more about what this response rate means? As I know it's a common issue that different industries are facing. So how do businesses go about solving it?
Correct. As I mentioned earlier, we see low response rates across industries, businesses. Our predictive NPS solution gives businesses the ability to categorize customers who are silent. And Roche was actually, innovative enough to use our root cause analysis as well. So they bundled predictive NPS and root cause analysis to understand which customers are happy, which ones are passives and promoters. And they also wanted to find out why these customers feel that way.
Okay, that's really interesting. Could you tell me more about what's behind predictive NPS and root cause analysis?
Sure. Predictive NPS uses different data science models. We use operational and behavioral data to model the relationship between existing customers with existing satisfaction and operational data. Once we have this model, then we can apply it to silent customers, and we can predict with very good accuracy how unresponsive customers feel about certain products or services. And root cause analysis, we also use CX drivers to understand the importance of these CX drivers. And the second component of the root cause is drivers of drivers, which shows the relationship between drivers. Why is that important? Well, if you want to make a change to one of these drivers, you want to know if this is going to impact any other drivers. And if it does impact any other drivers, is this impact going to be positive or negative? And then the third component categorizes these drivers into 3 categories, which make making business decisions much easier.
That's great. Could you share with me some of the PNPS results you saw with Roche?
Sure. We were able to reach 80% model accuracy for their pilot in the UK and in Belgium, which, to us, that's a very successful result. And we were able to detect 10 times as many detractors identified compared to regular surveys. And there was a 30% increase in the likelihood of detecting a promoter. In terms of root cause, what we found out was that Roche customers expected Roche to have a much more mature digital case management solution, and that wasn't the case. And this is something that they have started working on, implementing this change in their current processes.
That's great. Some great results there. Would you like to move on to the second project and give me more of a background on it?
The second project revolves around customer spending and customer satisfaction. We work with DS Smith, which is one of the largest packaging companies in the world. They had a new CX leader who wanted to prove the importance of CX and how customer happiness impacts customer sales. So we wanted to not only identify if there's a relationship, but we wanted to quantify this relationship.
That's lovely. And what data did you use and what was the methodology behind it?
We used operational data and financial data. So we wanted to track sales, their volume data, their profitability data, and of course their satisfaction data. We used 5 years worth of data, and we had access to about 2,500 different companies. The methodology behind this solution is what we did was we looked how much companies were spending 12 months prior to giving a response to a survey and 12 months after they gave a survey. And that's how we were able to see any notable differences in terms of spending.
That's great. Could you tell us about the outcomes of the project?
Sure. What we found out is that promoters tend to purchase 5% more year over year in terms of volume, while detractors purchase 9% less in terms of volume year over year. In terms of revenue, again, there was a positive relationship. So that means that promoters were purchasing 8% more year over year compared to detractors who were only purchasing 5% more year over year.
That's great. And as far as I know, the customer wanted to take it a step further and explore potential satisfaction impact on their revenue.
Correct. We did a simulation with them where we simulated a potential change of NPS, a 6-point NPS change per year over the next 3 years. And what we saw was that this would lead to a 22% increase in revenue. This was used to solidify the importance and to convince senior leadership to invest heavily in creating this and expanding this CX team.
It's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing those insights.
Thank you.